Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crafty Couple. Today we've got some really simple and affordable DIY room decor ideas using Dollar Tree items, and they only cost a few dollars. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments which project's your favorite.
For this project, you will need a foam board from Dollar Tree, and you can just trace something that is circle, or I didn't have anything that was the right size, so I just grabbed a piece of yarn and a pencil and just drew a circle. Then I just cut it out using this utility knife. You don't have to be completely perfect. Here in a minute, once it is cut out, we're going to sand it just to give it that nice edge, because when you cut Dollar Tree foam board, it is really hard for me personally to get a super crisp line. Now that it is cut out, just like I said before, we're going to go ahead and sand it to give it that nice, just perfect curve. Then I measured out the center, and mine was 13 inches, so I did 6.5 and cut it. Since we are going to try and make this look like wood, you'll just want to make it have some imperfections, so just go in and make some dots on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my thumbnail and push it into the foam board just to make a couple knots. This is Peppermint Cactus's technique, and she is amazing. Go check out her Facebook or her YouTube, and I'll link it in the description below. Now I'm going to take the antique wax from Waverly and just put a little bit on a sponge and put it directly onto the foam board. You will want to go just in one direction so that it looks like the wood grain, and where you get to the spots that have the holes and the knot, you will want to kind of turn your sponge so that it gets into those crevices. I just wanted to say sorry I missed you guys on the last video. Our whole family has been sick, and so that's why my voice sounds like this in this video. If you want to use actual wood, you can go to your local craft store or Home Depot or Lowe's and get a circle piece of wood and cut it in half, or have them cut it in half. The only thing that I've been noticing lately is that wood is becoming very, very expensive. This is what it looks like when it is finished. I really love this technique, and I love how you can make a foam board look just like wood. And now it's time to add all the yarn. You can get yarn from Dollar Tree, but I had this huge pack from Walmart. I believe it was like $4 or $5. We are going to be putting them on a large skewer from Dollar Tree instead of just gluing them directly onto the foam board. And we are going to grab 3 at a time and then wrap it around just like this. I didn't measure a certain length, I just cut out a bunch of them and put them all on, and then when I hung them up, that's when I cut them so that I kind of knew about how long I wanted all of the strands. Now that all those are on there, you're just going to cut that skewer on both sides, add a tiny bit of hot glue at the end so that the strings don't fall off. And then I added hot glue to the foam board, and I'm going to be putting the skewer right on top of that. This one I want to be quite a bit shorter. The other one's going to be really long and kind of sit in the back. This one was a lot easier just to lay it down and cut it. The other one, you will want to hang it up and then cut it. You guys always ask kind of how we hang things, and the majority of the time we just hot glue a picture hanger onto the back. For the larger one, I did the exact same thing. For the skewer, I did draw a little line just so I knew where to stop. For this one, I hot glued it on the exact same way and added the picture hanger, but I hung it up before I cut it. For this project, you will need a circle box from Dollar Tree and then just the lid of another one. It just has to be smaller than the bigger box. If you spray paint it like this, you will kind of see the design underneath, so I sanded it slightly just so that the paint goes on nicely. I originally was going to do the top this Serenity blue, but it just wasn't fitting my style, so I still did the bottom the matte white, but I did the top deep turquoise instead, and I really like how it came out. I'm also going to be spray painting these little stickers from Dollar Tree gold because we're going to be putting them at the top. Once it has dried, just turn it over and we're going to be putting the top of the lid on the bottom of the box. Now I'm going to be adding these stickers. They do all connect together, so you will need scissors and to cut off the little pieces so that it can just be the one sticker itself, and then put it all along the top of the planter. This project was so easy. I just grabbed these rectangle wood planks from Dollar Tree and I'm only going to be using 3 of them, but you can make 6 of them if you would like. I stained them all with the early American stain. Once that was done, I just need to drill holes in all 4 of the corners so that we can add our rope. I'm just adding the string that we had on hand. It's kind of this off-white color. I didn't do exact measurements, but I just did it about how big I thought looked good, and I cut 2 the same size. I did try to just push it into the slot, but it didn't fit very well, so when I did the second and the third one, I kind of pushed it in with a mechanical pencil, and that helped the string go through a lot easier. Once you get the string through, tie 2 knots so that it doesn't come out, and then loop it around to the same side and tie 2 knots as well. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. Tie a string and have it loop to the same side instead of opposite sides. Instead of using a nail, I'm going to be using a hook in the wall, and it's just going to hang on the wall just like this.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more DIY boho room decor made from Dollar Tree items, make sure to click through right here and you can check out our playlist with those videos. And as always, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.